My name's Ken, and I'm 52 years old. When you got this much clutter, it's hard to do anything. Hoarding's definitely going to affect everything in your life.
I'm Noemi, I'm 32 years old. I'm Ken's wife. He collects everything. Food, clothes, anything that people think that's trash, he thinks that it's valuable. The stuff that I put in the trash, he'll take it out from the trash and put it back to where it came from.
I have a court date coming up within a couple weeks.
I'm Jim. I'm the city code enforcement officer. His property is filled with trash, litter, and debris. We've had complaints of roaches, mice, vermin coming from the property onto the neighbor's property.
He's a good guy, but he had this huge, huge problem. I don't think going to jail makes it better.
I already know that this is not good for me, it's not good for my family. I really don't want it in my life. I don't want it.
I'm Don, I'm Ken's brother. I think it's absurd that someone like Ken would go to jail. He really never hurt anybody, never did any criminal activity. For them to say that, it's just insane.
We've written plans for Ken. You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do something else. We gave him a copy of the plan. Nothing got done.
You know, I could figure it out logically what I should do. But then when I go to do it, I just can't. It's like someone else is controlling your hands and your legs.
How can I put my son into that situation? I moved out the end of May 2008. I want my son to have a good relationship with his father. I don't want him growing up and hating his father or not having to do anything with his father, because he's a good father.
I would like Kevin and Noemi to move back in and, you know, us to be a family, essentially. Hoarding is a legitimate disorder. People cannot follow these laws that have this problem. The greatest fear, I guess, is that I just can't comply. If I didn't get cleaned up for whatever reason, then the course that's already been set would be carried out. That would be the worst scenario.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning. Today we're obviously going to start on the outside. There's a lot to do on the outside, Ken, as you know. I'm Corey Chalmers, a hoarding remediation expert. You're going to have to make some tough decisions. You have a lot to lose. You have a family, you have a house, and you have some freedom that you could be losing here on Monday.
Right.
Let's prioritize what your projects truly are and what you're really going to work on, and let's get rid of the rest, okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah, okay. Are we ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's go.
I'm thinking probably a lot of good things would be thrown away. Things that are useful should be used, you know. That would make me feel a little better if what I had was being used. Is that a no donate thing too, or what?
This is definitely not a donate item. Who wants a broken one-armed pruner?
I would.
Why? I know you would. All right, exercise weights. Do you have a bar, a weight set?
This is it.
Is that something that you want to use?
Yeah, I would like it.
How many liquid nails and silicones does one man need to do projects around the house? There's 80 of them in your backyard.
I'm trying to trust Corey about, you know, what he's talking about, but I don't know if he's really met somebody that likes to fix stuff like I do. Can my son use this, or is this too...
It's disgusting.
A little hosing off, I mean.
Ken's really been dragging his feet today. He's been moving stuff around from pile to pile to pile. He also is keeping a lot of things that are completely useless. They're of no value.
All I can do is just you decide everything, because I don't, you know, I don't.
That's not
I don't know.
therapeutic, though.
So you're gonna stretch out the pain for me this way.
gonna
I'd
be
rather have it
painful
all
for 2
painful
days.
for 5 minutes, you know,
This isn't a 5-minute
10
process.
or an hour.
I'm gonna start telling you what I think is a good decision and a bad decision, and what's gonna keep you out of jail, and what's gonna send you to jail.
Oh.
It all boils down to making Ken make the decision right now instead of putting it off. So I'm gonna become a lot more forceful with him until he starts making the decisions on his own. And this is not a useful broom, correct? Correct. See all these bike racks?
Yeah.
Can we get rid of those?
I want to put them on the bikes.
My name is Dr. Robin Zazio. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, and I specialize in OCD and compulsive hoarding. Classic in compulsive hoarding is a tendency to rationalize why you're going to keep things. And this is a defense mechanism that people use so that they don't have to give up their stuff.
I don't have too many good ones, and this is a good
Listen,
one.
we have to get rid of this stuff. If jail doesn't make Ken realize that he has to do this, I don't think anything will.
Just put these here for now, or just maybe donate, because I think the mates
Okay,
are around.
those would not be donatable, just so that you know,
Well,
because they're
okay, then I'll
damaged.
maybe take them back.
Part of what I want to try to impress upon you is that 3-second rule, rather than, you know, look over it and talk about it and that kind of thing. If you can, every 3 seconds, just try to make a decision.
I make really slow decisions your way. Just put it in the maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then I have to make even slower decisions later, and I won't get it done.
I'm
I know
talking
what
about
I
a
work
3-second rule, which is a very quick process. That's not a slow process.
the
3
same thing,
seconds
Ken.
is
Yeah,
very
but
quick.
I can't do it in 3 seconds, I think, you know?
I'm honestly completely frustrated with Ken right now. He's shut down. He's not listening to any of our advice. He wants to go with his own plan, which is move everything into the front yard and then go through it again later.
think, why
We
is
did
there
a
so much?
10 by 10 area, and we're not even done with it, and this is what you have. We have a whole house to do. That's my point. If you want to pass inspection, it's not going to happen.
It's easy
Let's
to
do it his
my
way. And
Easy.
then we, at the end of the day, if we don't accomplish our
Yeah,
goals,
it's
then
not-
that's
Then
going
it's
to
on
be,
him.
that it's Ken's plan. Okay, let's go. I'm really worried about Ken. He's tuning me out. He's getting angry. He is an incredibly high risk for going back to the state in which we started.
How are we going to work as a team right now?
This is somebody's,
Are we just going to stand here and watch you? Is that your plan? Don just gave a whole plan to the 1-800-GOT-JUNK people. He's changed everything. He's apparently going to run the show.
If we could just cut through all the chatter and just
I know,
do it.
I
Let's
know,
just
that's
stop
what I'm
Okay,
saying.
talking
Don,
about it, you
you're
know?
sabotaging what we're trying to do here, okay? Because we're trying to work through this. And so when you're telling us don't work through it, let's not talk about it, that's sabotaging what Corey and I are trying to do right here.
Well, look, I have 50 years of experience with Ken. Talking doesn't work too much.
We might as well not even be here, because if we don't start to challenge his thinking, then nothing is going to be fixed.
So you're
What the
saying
experts are
it's your
saying.
way or the highway?
If you could have done this process, then you obviously
Over the
wouldn't have
last 50
needed
years,
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
it hasn't worked. He has a once-in-a-lifetime chance to do this the right way with therapy from this point on, not starting after. You don't take a bottle from an alcoholic and say you're cured.
You know?
So we have a decision to make.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
do you want to do it your way or do you want to do it our way?
I don't know about you, but I'm worried. We need to get into the kitchen and clean that right now.
Okay.
Corey is going to execute people in all rooms, starting
Yep.
to organize and that sort of thing. I'd like to ask that nobody change the plan.
The meat's 2 months ago.
2 months expired?
Do you want to pull it back out and put it in your fridge? Go right ahead. I highly recommend against it because I don't know where it's been. It looks
Well,
red.
I do, I know.
Okay,
I know it's good.
okay. And all
Did you
this
guys
food did
already
get
talk
wasted.
about this?
He's not talking about much of anything.
Okay. Is this something that you would have eaten?
No, doctor. You know, I don't eat bad food. I guess that's expired too. These things last forever, virtually.
This is 2008.
Okay. May. God, I should have drank that. Oh, shoot. There's no
What's that?
expiration date on this one.
I can tell you that I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't even consider
Well, there's
touching
no
it.
expiration date on it.
You're right, because it's cooked. If you're asking me, I'm going to say throw away 100%
I
of the
know.
stuff in your refrigerator.
There was really no way to justify what was in that refrigerator. It was green, it was black, it was moldy, it was truly dangerous. We got a lot of honey here.
Is it bad? Are you just going to throw it away?
Well, I wanted to ask you first why there's so much honey. Are you just a big honey eater? Or
Is there a date on there?
January of '09. Do you want this to go or do you want it to stay?
I don't have a choice. It has to go.
You absolutely have a choice.
No, I don't.
Okay, well then
It's either let it go or go to jail.
Pick it up and throw it. Just don't show it to Ken. What is your plan for this?
Just
throw
to
it
cover
away.
it. Cover it so that everything doesn't get dusty.
We
have to
already
cover it.
dusty.
He's supposed to be here any minute.
How are you, Ken?
How you doing?
Good. I believe from 2 days ago, this property has improved itself approximately 200%.
And I hope from this point on, he's going to realize, what a mess he's had, and he's not going to return to that. I'm not saying he's cured. He has a long way to go, but hopefully today opened his eyes a little bit.
We're doing court Monday. I will talk with the city attorney, and I will probably dismiss this case.
It's much better, and I hope he'll have progress.
I think there's a good chance that Naomi and I can get back together. There's some issues we have to work out, I guess.